Did you ever get any magazines or books or reading things there at home?
We used to get a magazine, Comfort magazine, and that was I don't know where it come from. I think it cost, as I remember, I think 50 cents a year. And of course it was full of advertisements, and then it had stories in it. And then I think Dad subscribed for Pittsburgh Post, and that's all the reading material. Of course we had Bible and a couple of song books or something like that, and but other books, not until we got up old enough to buy books for ourselves. And then we began to buy, of course, various kinds of books. A lot of just novels, you know, and stuff like that. I've got some books upstairs there that would almost curl your hair. No, it's a fact. It's about after the Civil War. It's written by Thomas Dixon Jr. and Ku Klux Klan and days of restoration, you see, and some of them were pretty horrible. And of course, growing up, that kind of books we read, and more novel books until we got more mature, of course. But then we got able to go to Sutton, was it? Of course, the county seat of Braxton, and they had a drugstore, and Juergens and Walker, and they sold books, and it cost you 49 to 50 cents, and that's where we got it, books. Buy books, go there, and then they got selling phonograph records, and I went up once, I remember, and you'd play a record, all you wanted to do to see if you liked it, buy a record. 50 cents, I suppose, for a phonograph cylinder record. And there's where that was our bookstore, drugstore. Of course, there's gas away too in later years. That was 5 miles closer than Sutton. But that's when we began to accumulate books later, of course, in the years. But that's the only papers I remember was the Pittsburgh Post and this Comfort magazine. And they had, of course, the Comfort was couldn't describe it. We don't have any magazines like it then. It was more like a newspaper. I mean, not that big quite in size, but that kind of a put together, you see. And then they'd have stories in them, and I think 50 cents a year is what it cost.